All right, now it's time for America's Talking with energy policy and ratepayer protections coming up in state houses all across the country as we see energy rates increase in various parts of the country. In Kansas, State Senator Michael Fagg, he talks about regulating EV charging costs.
SB 80 would apply to electric suppliers that provide, own, operate, or maintain their own electric vehicle fast charging stations. This bill would require that such retail electric suppliers to offer a fair, reasonable, and non-discriminatory rates and services to entities that provide similar electric vehicle charging services, and would prohibit any actions that provide any unreasonable competitive advantage for the retail electric suppliers' fast charging stations. SB 380 would also provide a retail electric supplier from including any costs or expenses relating to fast charging stations in the rate base of the retail electric supplier, which prohibits recovery of such costs or expenses from ratepayers.
That measure looking to protect ratepayers from those EV charging costs that may be implemented by those energy producers. In Georgia, State Senator Chuck Hefstelter, he wants to bring about the oversight group that would look at rates in that state.
This would set up a consumer utility council like 46 states currently have and like we used to have, that would give the ratepayers legal standing on discovery. This was disbanded during the recession. And as people like our former appropriations chair, Jack Hill, said, they were scrambling for money. It never was reinstituted and repealed, but I do think it's important with the billions of dollars that are going on here that we have somebody that has legal standing and represents the consumers.
Now, in Oklahoma, they're focusing on data centers and the energy usage that they may use and the infrastructure involved there. State Representative Brad Bowles has a measure to address that.
House Bill 2092 would require data centers to pay their share of infrastructure costs associated with their significant electricity demands. It will prevent those costs from being passed on to residential, industrial, agricultural, and commercial ratepayers through higher utility rates. Move for adoption. Yield for.
So that measure advancing there in Oklahoma. In Maryland, legislators heard from Steve Ross about oversight being considered in that state for ratepayers.
So as introduced, basically a public service company, in this case, an investor-owned gas and electric company, unless otherwise ordered by PSC, couldn't initiate a proceeding that may lead to a rate change unless it notifies customers of the proceeding and prepares and publishes a 10-year rate trend report that meets specified requirements. It did a couple other things too related to sending information in emails and or bill inserts, and required PSC to develop and publish an annual rate report for each of those public service companies, and allowed OPC to bring a case, actually required OPC to bring a case to PSC if it determines an annual rate report contained incorrect or misleading information.
A lot of this is oversight to ensure that ratepayers don't get hit with higher costs without there being an extra set of eyes there, including just simple notification of such rates. But in Illinois, Republican State Representative Patrick Windhorst, he criticized the Land of Lincoln's majority Democrats for focusing on green energy policies at taxpayer and ratepayer cost.
While many Illinois citizens are struggling to afford groceries, gas, and rising utility bills, Democrats have also prioritized spending on the Green New Deal. Billions of dollars spent to subsidize windmills, solar panels, and electric cars. And the result has been seen our power grid threatened and the utility bills of our constituents shoot through the roof.
That's America's Talking, clips from across the country looking at energy policy.